be very consumer-centric. We want to make sure that we are constantly wrapping everything we do around the consumer. And it seems like a no-brainer, but so often that is not the case. When I went to that Japanese restaurant, that customer service person was not concerned at all about my experience. She wanted to know what my order was, but really didn't understand any underlying needs. We don't think about that enough. It's not something that we talk about. It's not something that we pay attention to, which is why we need to have empathy and look for people's values. Values are the things that each of us wants in our lives. It's the most important things. It's our guiding principles. Values are things we live for. Values are things that we die for. Values are things that are so important, we would wish them upon our own children. Well, each one of us has our own values, and values are really the secret for us to being happy. Our peace in life, our sense of fulfillment, is the extent to which we're able to honor our values and when we're in circumstances that recognize our values. Well, we want to identify the value system of every one of our prospects, leads, and clients. We want to understand what is most important to them, not just what it takes to make them feel good, but what is that is important to them. What do they value, specifically in that transaction? I had a situation a couple years ago where my wife and I were throwing a party, and I was running a bunch of errands for the party. And the first of maybe 8 or 9 errands was to go to a nursery and buy some plants for the house to make it look better. So I get to the nursery and I was in a hurry. I had to get just a bunch of plants and move on to the next place. So I step inside and the guy who serves me didn't appreciate that. And throughout our interaction, he kept making jokes. Now I value humor, but not on a day like that where I've got to get stuff done. But every time I asked him a question, he would make a joke. So the first few times he did this, I just kind of laughed along to try to, avoid any discomfort that comes from someone putting out a joke and there being no laughter. I was accommodating him, but he kept doing it, and it's taking time, and he wasn't especially funny. Humor wasn't what I needed. It wasn't what I valued in that moment, but it was very much what he valued. So he kept doing it. And so finally, after I'm not laughing, he looks at me and he says, sir, you're very serious. Imagine what that did to my mood. I came there for plants. What I got instead was feedback, and it really bothered me. If what he observes is that I'm serious, instead of judging me, he should accommodate me and take me seriously and provide me a serious experience and just answer my questions. Instead of making it consumer-centric, he made it him-centric, creating the kind of experience he wanted, wrapped around his values, which was fun. It wasn't what the customer wanted in that moment. So what we need to do with clients, with prospects and leads, is to understand what is their need in that moment.